Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm here with Paigey and we are going to talk about some really cool things today. But first, before we can do anything at all, yesterday we did an experiment, a really cool experiment. Remember how I took my glass vase and I put some dirt on the bottom, and then what did I put?
You put sand.
Sand. And then what did I put?
And then dirt.
And then dirt, and then
sand.
Sand, and then dirt, and then sand, and then dirt.
And you made a pattern.
I made a pattern, and on the very top, and even at the bottom, I put some worms. And then I added what? I added something so the dirt would be a little bit moist, a little wet.
I think I know.
What is it?
I think you added a little drops of water.
I added some water so the dirt would have some moisture to it so those worms could breathe. Because remember, they don't have noses. They can't breathe through their nose and their lungs like we do. They breathe through their skin, so they have to be a little bit wet for that to happen. Otherwise, if it's too dry, they don't live. So we did all of that. We covered it up, and when I took off the cover today, I saw something pretty amazing. If you come a little bit closer, I don't know if you can see, but those worms started to make tunnels in that dirt. They went up and they went down and they went sideways and all around. And today when I was watching them, I could actually see them moving in that dirt, eating the dirt and making those tunnels all over the place.
And it takes a little bit to do that.
It does. And I'm not going to dump this out into the garden just yet. I'm going to keep it for a few more days and I'm going to keep watching. Sometimes when you do an experiment, you want to keep watching it and see what else happens. So I noticed today that there's definitely worm tunnels, worms moving all over my dirt and my sand, and I can see them, but I want to see what else they do. I want to keep watching. So I will probably bring this back in the next few videos so that we can keep watching these worms and see what they do. All right, we need to talk a little bit about something today. Today's a very, very special day. Do you know what day it is today?
No, let's find out.
It's Earth Day. Today's the day that we talk about the Earth. Do you guys know what the Earth is? Do you know what the Earth is?
I know it's a circle. It's round.
Okay, I have a picture of it. She's right. Earth is a circle. It's round.
It has several colors, like it has blue, green, it kind of has like a tannish color, and some white, and then it has a little yellow.
Paige, who lives here?
Everybody.
We're going to talk about the Earth on Earth Day because it's where we live. We live on the Earth. We live in the world. So we take a day every year called Earth Day to talk about the Earth, to talk about the world, and to remember it and to do some pretty special things for it. So today we're going to talk a little bit about the Earth. And I wrote down the word Earth, and I don't know if you noticed what the word Earth starts with. Starts with the letter
E.
E. E for Ezra, E for Eyal. But you could also call it the world. And did you notice what the world starts with?
It starts with a W.
What else starts with a W?
Worms.
Worms. The worms start with a W, and so does world. So you could call it Earth or you could call it world. It doesn't matter. But my Earth, my world that I have here today is very sad. My Earth has been crying all day long.
And why is that?
You don't know why?
No.
Oh, should we ask? You want to ask?
Earth, why are you crying?
I'm very, very, very sad.
Why is that?
Why is my Earth crying so hard?
I don't know.
Earth, could you tell us what's wrong? Well, people don't really take very good care of me. What do they do? Well, sometimes they throw garbage all over me. Instead of in the garbage can, they just throw the garbage on me.
Well, that's not polite.
Sometimes they throw garbage in my water. They do that, Paige, they do. Sometimes they waste things like water and electricity. Oh, it's horrible. Sometimes what they do, they cut down trees and they don't plant new ones. Oh, sometimes it's so sad for me.
I can tell.
Oh my gosh. You know what, Paige?
What?
I feel bad for the Earth. I feel
Me too.
bad for the world. I feel like there has to be something that we could do to make it better. I feel like there has to be a way we could cheer up the Earth.
Yeah.
I wonder, do you guys at home think that you could think of any ways to make the Earth feel better? especially because it's Earth Day, it's Earth's special day. Can you think of anything we could do that could make the Earth stop crying and feel a little bit happier today? What do you think we could do, Paige?
Maybe we could put on some gloves and take like a garbage like a trash bag, and maybe we could just like go around the block and take walks and pick up some trash and put it in the bag.
If you see garbage and you're safe and you're wearing some gloves, you could pick it up and throw it away. Absolutely. Yeah. If you have garbage, if you're, you know, let's pretend that you're eating something outside and you have a napkin and you wipe your mouth and then you roll it up. Should you just throw it on the ground? Where should you put that napkin when you're done with it?
You should put it in the garbage.
You should put it in the garbage. Because what is it called when you just throw garbage on the ground?
You litter.
It's called litter. Can you guys say litter?
Litter.
When you throw garbage all over the place, it's called litter. And that makes the world look yucky and dirty and not clean, and it makes the earth cry, and it makes the earth feel very, very sad. So we have to do our part by making the earth feel happy and making the earth a very beautiful place for all of us to live, because we have to live here. So I have a little game that I thought we could play together, and I think that you might even be able to play this game at home if you wanted to. And now I have these special containers. One of them is for paper and cardboard. It's a recycling container, and you can tell it's a recycling container because it has arrows that form kind of like a triangle. So this one is for paper and cardboard. Then I have another recycling container for plastic. Plastic milk jugs, plastic orange juice containers, plastic soap bottles. And the last container I have is for aluminum. It's a recycling container for aluminum. So cans, different kinds of cans are all made of aluminum. So if you're at home, you might not have the same kinds of containers that I have, but maybe you could make some. Maybe you could cut some containers out of paper and have a grown-up help you write paper and cardboard on there, and plastic and aluminum. Maybe you have boxes at home. Maybe you could label a box with paper and cardboard, plastic or aluminum. Maybe you could even try to make that recycling triangle. Then what you do is you find things around your house that you can recycle. So I found a whole bunch of things, Paige. I have so many things, and you're gonna help me, okay? And instead of throwing all of this stuff in the garbage, we're gonna do something to make the earth really, really happy. Because a lot of times we throw things in the garbage. Even if we're not littering and throwing it on the ground, we throw it right into a garbage can. And then that garbage can, we take the garbage bag out, we put it outside in our big garbage cans, the garbage trucks come and take it, and they take that garbage to the garbage dump. Well, guess what, Paige? That garbage dump is getting fuller and fuller every day. And our world is getting covered with garbage.
What do they do with the garbage when they put it in the dump?
They just put it in the dump. And the piles of garbage grow bigger and bigger. But you know what we could do? Instead of throwing every single thing we have into a garbage can, we could recycle some things. So I found some things that we were almost going to throw in the garbage can. And I thought, we're not throwing these things in the garbage can. We're going to put them in the recycling bins. And we have to put them in the right ones. So, Paige, you know what this is?
That's cardboard.
It's cardboard. This is like almost like a toilet paper roll or a paper towel roll. Some aluminum foil had been on this. And it's made out of cardboard. So instead of throwing this cardboard away, I could put it in the recycling bin. Where would it go?
So, let's see. I'm kind of looking at the pictures to see if there's any plastic on it where I could put it. Oh, well, not plastic, cardboard. That's kind of like cardboard, and this is kind of like cardboard, so I could put it right there.
And it says paper and cardboard. So she would put that in the cardboard recycling bin. Let's see. Instead of drinking a soda and throwing it in the garbage can, we could recycle it. And
we could put it in the plastic.
Well, is it plastic though?
Well, no, because this is...
It's aluminum. So we'll put the can in the aluminum one. So we ate some granola bars. We're done with the granola bars. There's no more in the box. What's the box made out of?
Cardboard.
So where should that go?
So is the roll, so that should go in the same place.
Yeah. We'll just do a couple more.
Okay.
So I drank an iced tea. Geveret Fladwood likes to drink some iced tea sometimes, and I'm done with it. And instead of throwing it in my garbage can, I'm going to recycle it And where could that go? Do you know what
This could go in here because it's plastic.
It's made out of plastic, so we could put it in the plastic recycling bin. And you could do that with anything. Like if you're done with some paper and you don't want to use the paper anymore, where could the paper go?
The paper could go in that one.
Paper and cardboard. So you could find things all around your house, and instead of throwing it in the garbage can, you could recycle it. Paige, do you know why we should recycle it instead of throwing it in the garbage can and letting it go to the garbage dump?
Because when we recycle it, then like it doesn't go all to waste, and we're allowed to like reuse it and stuff.
Say that word again.
Reuse.
Say it again, Paige.
Reuse.
Say it one more time, Paige.
Reuse.
Reuse. We can reuse things. So instead of throwing it in the garbage where it's just going to sit in the garbage dump and get all stinky, maybe they could take this cardboard at the recycling plant and maybe they could make this into paper. And they could make this into a book. You might be able to read a book made out of my cardboard tube that I was just going to throw away.
Maybe you guys could make like a little telescope.
You could also keep it at your house and you could reuse it and make it into something for art or science. Like you said, like a telescope or binoculars. That's a really super great idea, Paige. Maybe if this didn't go to the garbage dump, if it went to a recycling plant, they could take the plastic and make some toys out of it. Lots of toys are made out of plastic. So maybe they could reuse my bottle of iced tea and make something different out of it.
Could I also share something like this? Maybe when you look in your recycling bin, you can have all sorts of like cardboard and stuff, and you could make like a little kitchen for you, and this could be part of it.
So you could pretend to have like a grocery store, or you could pretend to have a kitchen, and instead of throwing it away, you could use it again to play with.
Yeah.
Such a great idea, Paige. So there's so many different things that you could do with garbage instead of actually throwing it away and making our world full of garbage and making our world stinky and gross. So that's something that I want you to do at home. I want you to try and look around your house and see if you have some things that instead of going into the garbage can, they could be recycled. I also want you to do exactly what Paige did. I want you to try and use some recycling things to make something or to use it for something else. Like maybe I want to make a boat. So maybe I could tape down this part of the box and I could put this on the top, and maybe I could make some paper to make a sail. And then maybe I could put it in the bathtub and see if my boat actually floats.
And maybe out of your cardboard and stuff, you can make like little people to go in the boat.
Absolutely. How would I make it all stick together, Paige? Because right now it's kind of, it's falling apart. I can't get it to stick. What could I do?
You could your parents could help you hot glue it. You could glue it, you could tape it.
You could. There's so many ways to get it to stick together so that you could actually make a boat. Do you just have to make a boat?
No, you can make anything that you see out of it.
Could you use your imagination?
Yes.
Could you get creative?
Uh-huh.
Could you add a bunch of details?
Definitely.
Oh my gosh, sky is the limit. You could do whatever you want. Maybe you want to try and make a robot.
Oh.
Maybe you want to put a few boxes together and see if you could, this could be like the robot's body, and this could be like the robot's head.
And,
That's okay.
Maybe you could cut this and make the arms.
Oh, robot arms. Maybe you could cut some circles in here and stick that through so that it would be the robot's arms. Maybe you could cover your boxes with paper so you could make a robot face, like eyes and nose and a mouth and some buttons for your robot. I mean, you could make any single thing you want out of all of these recycling materials. And instead of throwing it away and making it garbage, you would be reusing it. So that's something that would make the earth, I think, pretty happy. What do you think, Paigey?
Yes.
I think it's pretty good. I'm going to read you a book. But before I read you a book, I have another thing that you could do. I think you could try to make the earth, make the world. And all I did was I drew a big circle. I think you guys could make a circle, a nice round circle. And then I took my scissors and I cut on the line and I cut all the way around to make my circle. Then I drew a picture of me next to the world, next to the earth. And you know what I did on the very top? I thought of a way that I could help the world, help the earth. Something I could do to make the earth happy, to make the earth beautiful. And I decided that I will not throw garbage on the ground. I won't do it. I will make sure garbage goes into the garbage can, or I can recycle things. So I think that will make the earth happy. I want to talk a little bit about the earth when you make it. After you draw your big circle, and after you stay on that line and cut it out, I want you to make it look like the world. Make it look like the earth. So you're gonna need probably 2 colors. You might want a little brown in there too. But the earth is made up of water and land. So to make the water, what color did I use?
To make the water, you use blue.
I made blue. And to make the land where people and animals live, I made
Green.
green. So I made some chunks of land all over the world where people and animals live. And then I made some water where other kinds of animals might live too. Because the earth is made up a lot of land and water. So that's how I made my world. So you could figure out how you're gonna make your blue water and your green land on your world. Then you wanna draw a picture of yourself next to the world. And then you wanna figure out what you're gonna do to make the world happy, to make the world feel happy and beautiful.
That's amazing.
Thanks. I have a quick book I'm gonna read, and then we're gonna call it a day, and then tomorrow we'll pick up on worms again. We'll learn about worms, because actually, guys, and I don't know if you know this, worms actually help the earth.
Oh, really?
So tomorrow we'll figure out how. So this book that I'm gonna read you is called I Can Save the Earth. And look, it's the earth word that I wrote here. It's the same word that starts with the letter E.
And I also can tell that like inside they made it like a bubble word, and inside they made like earth colors and kind of like an earth.
They did, with like land and water.
Mm-hmm.
So I Can Save the Earth. I'm super excited. This book, the author is Allison Inches, and the illustrator, the person who drew the pictures, is Viviana Garfoli. Max the little monster liked to fling candy wrappers. Oh no, he's littering. He left a trail of trash wherever he went. Whee, said Max. He's making a mess. Max the little monster did not like to give away his old toys, even when he'd outgrown them. Mine, cried Max.
That's not very polite.
Max the little monster liked to overflow the sink and the bathtub and clog the toilets. Hungry toilet, said Max. When he overflows the sink and the bathtub with all that water, what's he doing, Paige?
He's like wasting stuff.
He's wasting that water that we need. That's not very kind.
Mm-mm.
Max the little monster left the lights on and blared the TV when he wasn't in the room. No big whoop, cried Max. Then one night, in the middle of his favorite program, something unexpected happened. The lights went out, and the TV went off. There had been a blackout. Hey, shouted Max. Who turned out the lights? Max tripped over some old toys and stumbled outside to see what was wrong.
I think I know what's wrong.
Max looked around. He saw a full moon as it shone brightly on the colorful spring flowers. He heard the crickets chirp and an owl hoot. He even saw a shooting star as it twinkled across the night sky. Wow, said Max, this is so beautiful. When the lights came back on, Max the little monster felt something new. He began to notice things he hadn't noticed before.
What did he notice?
Let's see. In the summer, Max the little monster went to the beach and noticed the pretty shells. He wiggled his toes in the sand. He watched the sun sparkle on the waves. He saw a dolphin leap out of the water. Max picked up an old bottle and an ice cream wrapper and threw them into a trash can.
So I think he realized that like he wasn't treating the earth very kindly, and he wanted to like try to make the earth happy and like make it up to the earth.
Let's see.
And start cleaning up everything.
Let's see. Pollution makes the beach look ugly, said Max, And pollution can hurt animals and plants. He's right.
Yeah.
If you leave garbage all over the ground, sometimes birdies' feet get stuck in the garbage. Like this one, if you leave this one on the ground, the birdies can get their feet stuck in there. Sometimes animals think garbage is food and they try to eat it and makes them really, really sick.
And sometimes birdies could get their beaks stuck in here.
Yeah, so if you leave garbage on the ground, you could hurt animals. You could hurt the plants. That would be super sad.
Yeah.
In autumn, Max the little monster noticed the colorful leaves, red, orange, and yellow. He jumped in leaf piles with his friends. Leaves are so pretty and more fun to play in than watching TV, cried Max. After they jumped in the leaves, Max the little monster didn't want to leave a mess, so he composted the leaves. Rotten leaves help the dirt grow happy flowers, said Max. So instead of throwing those leaves away and making more garbage, he puts them in the garden to help all the plants grow. In winter, Max the little monster noticed the wonder of snowflakes. Each delicate snowflake looked like a crystal jewel. He made a T-Rex. He made an igloo. He made a snow angel. Why didn't I see this before, wondered Max. The earth is so beautiful.
So he's finally realizing what he did.
Yep. Now Max the little monster never wastes water. More water equals more snowflakes, says Max, and he doesn't waste toilet paper. Now Max the little monster never wastes electricity either. He turns off the lights except for the one he is using. He hardly ever watches TV, but when he does, he turns off the TV when his program is over. Let's play outside, says Max. Fresh air feels good on my fur. So when he's not in the room, he turns off all the lights and he turns off the TV so he doesn't waste that electricity. Do you guys do that at home? When you leave the room, do you turn off the lights to make sure you're not wasting electricity? And when you're brushing your teeth, do you make sure to turn off the water so you're not wasting the water? I hope you do that. We do that here, right? We make sure we turn off lights and we turn off the water when we're not using it because we don't want to waste anything.
Yeah.
Now Max the little monster never litters. He recycles any paper, aluminum cans, and plastic bottles he uses. Max also likes to eat fresh fruits instead of candy, and he drinks water instead of soda. Tasty, says Max, and he always throws his trash away in the right bins. So he has recycling bins just like Geveret Fladwood had that he can throw his things away in so that maybe he could even reuse them. Wow. Max also trades his toys with his friends. Wow, said Max, old toys I've never played with before are just as fun as new toys. So sometimes you can share toys with people instead of throwing your toys away or them throwing their toys away. You guys could trade toys. Now Max the little monster loves the earth. He reduces the amount of water and energy he uses. He finds ways to reuse as many things as he can, and he recycles his trash. Sometimes he even hugs a tree. Max the little monster is now called Max the little green monster. You can be a little green monster too and help save the earth. The end. All right, guys, today I want you to think of a way that you can help do something amazing for the earth, whether that's turning off lights or turning off the water or putting garbage in the garbage can or finding ways to recycle and reuse things instead of throwing it away. I want you to come up with any way that you can to help the earth. And then I want you to tell me all about it. Your mommies and daddies can send me a text or an email on how you helped the earth today and made that earth happy instead of sad. Okie doke? All right, I hope you guys have a really super great day. Bye.
Bye.